The phoenix finally falls. How Days of Our Lives crafted the unthinkable, a true goodbye to Stefano di Mera. In the treacherous, labyrinthine world of Salem, certain truths were considered eternal. The Horton ornaments would be fought over, Marlena would be possessed, and Stefano di Mera would never truly die. He was the phoenix, a myth made flesh, whose death was merely a recurring plot point, a temporary inconvenience before another grand, devilish resurrection. That is, until now. In a move that has sent seismic waves through the daytime community, Days of Our Lives has done the unthinkable. They have not just killed Stefano di Mera, they have laid him to rest. For real. With finality. The confirmation, delivered not with a whimper, but through the weary, triumphant resolve of his arch-nemesis John Black, promises a funeral, a eulogy, and a permanent vacancy in the seat of ultimate evil. This isn't just a storyline. It's a paradigm shift, a creative gambit that rewrites the show's own DNA. But why now? And how does a show creatively honor a legacy so vast, so inherently defined by defiance of the grave? The answer lies not in a single explosive moment, but in a meticulously crafted, meta-narrative farewell that is as brilliant as it is audacious. The art of the final death in a world without end. Daytime soap operas are the great American mythology, where characters live multiple lifetimes and death is a revolving door. Stefano, masterfully portrayed by the late Joseph Mascolo and briefly by Stephen Schnetzer, was the ultimate embodiment of this principle. He was shot, poisoned, buried alive, and even disintegrated. Each death was a crescendo, followed by the inevitable, delicious reveal, a slow clap in a shadowy lair, a whispered, "The phoenix rises." It became a beloved ritual, a shared joke between the show and its audience. To break that cycle required monumental, creative courage. The genius of this final act is its acknowledgement of the past, while firmly closing the book. The writers are not pretending those countless resurrections didn't happen. Instead, they are using the weight of that history as the very foundation of the finale's power. When John Black declares Stefano is gone for good, the impact isn't derived from a new, more powerful poison. It's derived from emotional exhaustion, the characters, and by extension, the audiences. After decades of psychic warfare, the victory isn't in the body count. It's in the cessation of dread. The creative stroke is to make the final villain not Stefano's corporeal form, but the idea of him, the shadow that choked Salem's happiness. Defeating that requires a different weapon, not a bullet, but narrative closure. A farewell forged in legacy, not just plot. The true creativity here is channeled into the aftermath. A Stefano di Mera funeral is the richest possible soil for drama. Imagine the gathering, a who's who of Salem, united not in grief, but in complex, seething history. There will be those who mourn, a grieving Megan, perhaps a conflicted EJ, those who cheer silently, John, Marlena, Steve, Kayla, and those who see a power vacuum and move to fill it, a scheming Clyde, a resurrected Orpheus. The funeral is less a ceremony and more a dramatic pressure cooker, forcing every character to confront what Stefano meant to their lives. This is where the writers can play with exquisite nuance. A eulogy from his son, EJ, could be a masterpiece of conflicted loyalty, praising the father's strength while condemning his cruelty. Kate might recall a time when his love felt real. Andra's ghost, in someone's hallucination, surely might offer a sardonic toast. The creativity lies in making the event a living Rorschach test for the entire canvas of Salem. Stefano's absence will become a defining presence, revealing characters' true colors in the stark light of a world without his machinations. Furthermore, his legacy is a tangible, ticking time bomb. The infamous di Mera files, the hidden laboratories, the sleeper agents, the last will and testament that undoubtedly contains cruel contingencies. These are the creative gifts that keep on giving. Stefano engineered his own perpetual influence. The drama will now stem from the unpacking of his poisonous estate, a final chess game where he set the board from beyond the grave. It's a way to keep his menace alive narratively while confirming his physical death, a perfect compromise between honoring history and pursuing new stories. The passing of the torch and the dawn of a new Salem. Creatively, Stefano's final rest is the ultimate act of liberation for the characters and for the writers. For decades, he was the sun around which all evil revolved. Every villain was either his pawn, his rival, or his offspring. His permanence was, ironically, a limitation. Now, with the throne empty, a new era dawns. Who will rise? Will it be a fragment of his family, like a fully unhinged Megan or a power-mad Kristen, trying to wear his crown? Will it be an existing threat like Clyde Weston, expanding into the void? Or will Salem face a new, more modern, more psychologically complex evil, one not born in a European castle, but in the corporate boardrooms or digital labyrinths of the 21st century? The creative possibilities have exploded. The show can now explore antagonists who aren't supervillains, but relatable, nuanced threats. It can let its heroes heal, or find new conflicts that aren't tied to a 50-year-old blood feud. Most importantly, this finale is a profound tribute to Joseph Moscolo. By allowing Stefano to truly die, the show honors the actor's legacy with the ultimate dignity, completion. It says that the character was so monumental, so iconic, that he deserves a true ending, not an endless cycle of recasts and diminishing returns. It places a period at the end of his sentence, allowing his legend to stand whole and magnificent in the show's history. In the end, laying Stefano di Mera to rest is the most creative decision Days of Our Lives could have made. It respects the intelligence of an audience that grew weary of the resurrection trope. It utilizes 40 years of history as emotional fuel. It unlocks a future unshackled from the past. And it proves that in a genre built on perpetual motion, the most powerful, shocking, and innovative move of all is to finally, gracefully, and definitively let go. The phoenix has risen for the last time. And in its ashes, a new Salem is poised to be born. The days ahead, for the first time in decades, are truly our own.